Hello collective, and welcome in for a most likely not so general read. The truth of this video is I actually filmed it yesterday after I got done with my very first videos for Patreon. That's a whole nother story I'll probably dive into. The video I filmed for YouTube was very heavy and it connected a couple of different reads. It connected the reading that made me cry as well as the karmic to divine masculine initiation. And it was very heavy, okay? I'm going to ask them to give me messages in regards to that story. If something else comes through, I will give you the appropriate information as it comes out, but I don't know if we're going to get like as much details as we did yesterday. If you would like me to post that video, I can. The thing is, it filmed 10 minutes at the start. It stopped filming, then I filmed 35 minutes, I think, and then the last 10 minutes got completely erased. And that was kind of like a crucial part of the reading. So I don't know, like, just let me know in the comments what you feel about that. I can upload it if you really want, but we might get enough information out here now. I don't know. We'll see. Before we begin, Mickey Mouse was coming up. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I don't know, maybe you're a Disney kid or know Disney kids or watched Disney growing up. That could have related to like the pests and vermin and invaders that were coming up the other day. And then something about black cats and then like calling for help. So like loudly, being very loud. And that kind of does feel like it relates to yesterday's read. But again, we'll see. We're gonna go in with the Gaia Oracle because that is what I started with last time, I believe, this one, and then I used the Black Moon. So we'll probably use both of them just for sake of keeping it cohesive. All right, ready? With love and gratitude, I call upon the Seven Masters, Archangels, Ancestors, Guardians, Galactics, and Guides, the highest white light and the frequency of love to assist me in channeling messages clearly and concisely for the highest good of my collective at this time. I'm also going to lovingly and adoringly call upon Saint Germain of the Violet Flame to assist me and all worthy hearts at the effortless and immediate task of transmuting any lower level energies, entities, and others seeking to influence us or Gaia at this time. Thank you for blessings, thank you for protection, thank you for guidance, and thank you for connection. I'm going to declare complete and immediate energetic sovereignty for myself as well as the collective. We're going to bind and block any unlawful remote viewers, psychics, spies, readers, nosy people from our lives. Okay, we are energetically sovereign beings. We will act as such and we will be treated as such. And so it shall be. We are also going to repel any and all external energies that are not for our highest good and do not belong to us. And then we're going to reclaim all of our yummy divine energy from any external people, places, things that may be holding on to it. Okay? So, okay. Didn't get this card yesterday, but the Temptress. 15, breaking down to a 6. This is, she's slippery, that Temptress. As I mentioned in the past, this is the Devil card in this deck for me. Seduction, deceit, a broken promise. That broken promise does kind of hold some weight in regards to yesterday's message. All right, let me get this shuffled up and then we'll see what other messages come out here. I'll put it together. Spirit, if you have any further information regarding yesterday's read, and I'm hearing some ringing already, or if you would like to bring that same message back out, can you please just give me whatever is most appropriate for the collective at this point in time? So I filmed my Patreon videos, as I said yesterday, and then I was like, oh, should I like film another Patreon video? And they were like, no, film one for the public. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna take all those. I'm gonna get one more out here. And then it was a really, really intense read, like I said. And then it corrupted. So I'm like, excuse me, like, what's the point of that? I don't know. Things happen for a reason, all right? We've got Eternal Dance, Movement, Wheel of Life, Path of Least Resistance, a 10, a 1. You could be Life Path 1. Harmony, Power, Self-Confidence, Productivity. No, you know what? This is actually kind of different. Maybe it'll tie back around. I'm not too sure, but for now, it's looking good, okay? It's looking like there is a triumph over darker, denser energies, and this could be somebody who's gone through like a dark night of the soul, who's coming out on the other side, and who's on the top of that wheel of life, so to speak, and also maybe tapping into their sensuality, spending time in nature, just really going with the flow, like not against the flow. We're going with it. We're keeping things cool, calm, and collected. Also, there is this power and this self-confidence, which could relate to yesterday's reading in the sense that like somebody is like gaining their energetic stability and sovereignty back. And the color gold kept on coming up in terms of like an aura, or that could be a synchronicity for you. But this is just somebody who has traversed great extremes and maybe, okay, see, this card was out yesterday. So, collective, this is you, okay? There's probably gonna be a common theme here. Maybe not as dramatic if we're lucky. This is gonna be you. You're really in your power, okay? This Temptress is most likely going to be your ex-masculine. You are at one time possible divine masculine, but now somebody who is karmic, okay? And the hidden gift says sadness, an ending, and a new beginning. And something I wanted to point out about this card yesterday was like he's got wings, but his wings kind of like have scales on them. So I was thinking of like scales of balance, but also this is giving like lizard people and like infected by darkness. If you look around, his head is all dark and gloomy and stuff. So this is somebody who's not in a good place right now, as indicated by the fact that they're tied to the devil. Okay, and that could be literal for some of you. We also had a divine feminine card come out. She also had wings, but her wings looked like proper angel wings, and she had like flowers around her head. So I was thinking like the crown of roses, crown of thorns. Maybe a crown of roses is relevant for you. Maybe you're like going to a festival or something and you're rocking your throwback 2016 flower crown. That'd be a mood. Okay, let's also go with the soul's journey. Surrender popped out with health. Woohoo. Okay, Spirit, can you please give me the most relevant message for my collective at this moment in time, please, and thank you. What do they need to know? Was that grief? That was grief, and grief was on the bottom of the deck. Grief says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Okay. Yes, this is, in a sense, talking about this masculine in your life. Regardless of their gender, I'm going to be saying he because I'm talking about a masculine energy. Flip the roles if you need to. Somebody is experiencing grief and sadness because they have lost something that was of great value to them, okay? And this is a divine feminine. Regardless of whether or not you were in a serious connection with somebody, if this was somebody you had a whole family with, or if it was somebody that, you know, things just never really quite got off the ground, this individual is seeing your worth now. But as I've said in the previous readings, it's not about the fact that they really respect you for your sovereignty. It's kind of like they see what you brought to their life, and now that that's not there, they're grieving it. So it's about what you can do for them. It's not about like just respect for you as a human being, okay? And then there's love on the bottom of the deck. So maybe for some of you, this masculine is starting to like have their heart chakra cracked open, and maybe they're starting to feel the beginnings of love, what they should have felt like a while ago if you guys did actually have a family or a long-standing relationship. We got service. I feel good when I can help others. They're reminding me I didn't touch on an aspect of this grief. This grief is also related to you, collective, okay? Do you want me to go all the way into it? It feels like a yes. Yes, you are going to be grieving this relationship, this dynamic, this experience you once had with this masculine in your life. However, the majority of the grieving seems to be about the fact that this individual could be karmically destined, slated to pass away. They might have already passed away. They might be about to. They might have done something to themselves, had something done to them. I think the details will be different for everybody, but whatever happens to this masculine is their justice for what they did to you as well as other people, okay? So you are not only mourning a relationship in this case, you're not only grieving this relationship, you're actually quite possibly grieving a soulmate, what did they call it yesterday? A false start flame. Somebody got a soul contract with, okay? You could be actually mourning in that regard. And service talks about the fact that, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, some of you might be initiated into, do I really need to touch on this? I guess so. Some of you might be initiated into mediumship and otherworldly abilities, as it came up in the other read. I'll honestly probably post both. I think that's just gonna be how I do it. But you are going to be helping this person through the realms. The term ethereal escort came up. Like you're helping this person transcend realms because of the density of their soul. If this person has left the physical realm, they are unable to leave because of grief, regret, sadness, judgment, fear of what awaits them. And I hear some ringing, so I think that's going to be a big one. And this service card is kind of an indicator of you will help somebody process their grief in regards to their next chapter in life, even if that isn't on the physical realm, okay? And if for some of you this isn't as severe as somebody actually passing away, it did come through that there's a possibility that this is somebody who's like getting sentenced to like life in jail, or is perhaps like very, very, very sick and might not die like immediately, but like it's inevitable. And something about who you are is as an individual will help this person grow. You being in service to the collective will inevitably help this individual experience some growth that spirit has been trying to force them to participate in for a good long while, okay? Growth says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And I'm looking at this box here, and I feel as if while this person was in the physical realm, and I'm going to speak as if there was actually a passing because that really was coming through so strongly. And yeah, it's just going to be easier. If it isn't that, then take what I'm saying and apply it to your particular situation. But while this person was here in the 3D, they were confined by ego, expectations, obsession with like money or status or having nice things or whatever the case may be. They were put into a box by society and they weren't able to break out of that. This is an individual with a very damaged soul collective, and I'm sure you know that. And now I think they are having the opportunity to expand, yes, and also experience a turn from grief to growth. Gigi, is there a Gigi in here? Gigi is such a cute name. If that's your name, I love you. I don't know why I picked this deck back up. I don't know if we're gonna get anything else, but envy. I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges. This is an energy that this person probably operated in while they were in your life. This, not so much envy. Let's not focus on that when I'm talking about what I'm about to say. I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges. That sentence is for you, collective, because you are in a very unique position of being a developed soul. You could work very closely with a number of deities, ascended masters, gods, goddesses, entities, beings as a whole, okay? You are somebody who has quite a lot of spiritual clout under your belt. And what I mentioned in the video yesterday, but it actually got cut off, is that it is actually kind of difficult for spirit to give you like a new assignment once you've gotten to the point that most of you are at, because you've done so much, you've seen it, did it, got the t-shirt. It's like, where's the challenge? It takes severe fuck ups like this masculine did in order to kind of like construct a disastrous obstacle course that ends up being a training ground for you, and it ends up propelling you even forward even further, I should say. And it's kind of gonna, like, I have the feeling of like leaving your spirit team in like absolute wow and awe if you choose to accept this this challenge, this task, this initiation. Their initiation became your initiation, essentially. So you might be in a position right now, or maybe in general, maybe you're gonna stay in this position where you're like, this person has put me through so much, I've had enough challenges. I don't want any part of it. I've grieved the relationship. I am in service to myself now. I'm growing. I don't want to touch on this. And Spirit's saying, you don't have to. You really don't. They're not going to force you to do anything, but this is going to earn you like a badge. I'm seeing this as like kind of a medal. Like, as a spiritual warrior, this will be something that will be a great lesson for you and will give you a lot of dharma if that's something that is of interest to you. And then you'll also have the opportunity of helping somebody who is in your soul family. You'll have the opportunity of helping somebody that's in your soul family who lost their way because of one of a number of reasons, okay? And they'll be very grateful. Your spirit team will be grateful. This person's guides will be very grateful. I mentioned that in the read, but this person has been abandoned by a lot of the people who worked with them, not people, the beings that worked with them in the ethereal realms, because they had been screaming at this person for pretty much their entire life and trying to get them on the right path, and it never worked. What worked was, again, they saw you, they saw your light, they saw your connection to divinity, and at one point they were in that devil energy and they were possibly making fun of you, possibly downplaying it, possibly fucking with your intuition intentionally, actually trying to disconnect you from your intuition and cut you off from divinity. So doing low down, no good, shady shit, for sure. But now, because they're in a position where they do feel like you are the only option. I'll be honest with you, they do feel like you are the only option. And also, because they're able to look at you with different eyes, possibly being in a different realm, they can really see what you bring to the world. So now that they're not so bogged down by the 3D, their views are changing, and they're starting to see the value in that third eye chakra, that crown chakra. I think that's the same thing. The third eye, the crown chakra. And they are like, if anybody can help me, it will be like that divine feminine. Because for those of you who had a family or a long-standing relationship, like a marriage or whatever with this person, you were probably one of the only people to like actually crack their heart open a little bit. Like, this person, again, was so very wounded that they kept a lot of the love they had available safeguarded out of fear. But because of the divinity that just exuded from you naturally, this person was able to like come as close as they possibly could. Like, it's giving the Grinch, like his heart grew 3 times the size that day. And like, that was something that it was very difficult to accomplish for this person. So it's like, now they're in this place of like overwhelm and confusion and feeling lost and really scared and abandoned by the people who were at one time helping them. And they're like, what about that divine feminine who's connected to herself, who knows the wheel of life, who knows that path of least resistance? She can show me how to flow through the ethers and flow through the realms. Yeah, and productivity is mentioned here. So this is like work. This is like part of your service. This is an opportunity for you to, and that's a 3, collaborate with your guides, with this person's guides that are now your guides. and bring peace to a lost soul, essentially. Okay, let's go in with the Black Moon, as I mentioned, and we got 33, faith, on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this is somebody who is, again, now seeing the value in the things that you've always tried to make them see after there's been an ending, a death. My condolences, collective. My condolences. This is not a fun message, and you'll see when I post the other reading that I'm just like, I'm floored. Like, it really felt like a twisted story. Yod was out in reverse. Now it's upright. Destiny aligned. This person, they tried. Did they try their hardest? No, they didn't. But they tried. And there is no going back, right? So destiny is going to play out, and you are going to gain accolades, respect, acknowledgement, and also just the ability to know that you helped somebody who it feels like not anybody else can help. Okay? This is destiny. This is your destiny. This could catapult you into some like immense success. Endings and beginnings. Their ending is your beginning, and that's that wheel of life, because this person tried to sacrifice you. This person wanted an end for you. So mote it be, you know? You do that to somebody who is tethered to you as a twin soul or a soul family member. When it comes back on you, you really can't say or do a whole lot, right? This person has to accept it. They have to eat their plate of karma, like I've said on a number of times. And this is falling right under grief, the endings and beginnings. So yeah, wow. Void, of course, moon, missing. This is 7 in reverse. Their path is missing. They can't see their path forward. Their soul is missing. Under the moonlight, they're floating around and they're like, what the fuck do I do? Where am I? What's going on? For some of you, this person might not understand that they've passed. I don't know if that resonates, but this is like maybe how they passed was sudden, because I'm just seeing that like slice through the moon. And you know, I'm not going to touch on it. If this is your story, you might want to check out the Patreon reads. I don't want to go into the details because that will probably get my video flagged. But there was harm that came to somebody, and as I mentioned, I think that it wasn't accidental. Let's just say that. Spirit, what else do we need to know about this story, please? Boo. 7th house. Oh my god. Partners in reverse. This is saying it was somebody that you were connected to very intimately. Pluto, transformation in reverse. I have such a heavy heart right now. Lunar eclipse, change. This came out in yesterday's reading. Okay? This is, I hate to say this, but if this person isn't gone yet, this is what they look like. This is how they feel on the inside. Zombie, very much zombie, okay? And sorry, my hair is giving me a moment. I just washed it and it's just like all up in my space. This person who did love spells got that energy back. They became obsessed. They became unable to do anything. And there was a change, you know, a sudden drastic change that could have resulted in a abrupt ending to somebody that you were once connected to on a very intimate level, collective. And that is going to transform you both. Of course, this initiation into a deeper practice for you is going to really, really do wonders for your life. Pluto energy is Scorpio energy, so you could relate to Scorpio energy. Saturn return, age. This person could have gone through a Saturn return. This person could be a Capricorn. Dark night of the soul. Yeah. Goodness gracious. What else do we have here? And then Scorpio, I transform. And I was just saying Scorpio energy. Transform. And then, oh geez, transformation. So this is a very, very unique story. This isn't going to be for everybody. I'm at 25 minutes already. Jeez. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to upload this as part 1 of the read, and then we'll go and we'll get into tarot in the second part, because my phone's been acting all funky lately and I don't want to play with that. Okay. So love you lots, and I'll see you in a second.